Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another cast with me, Esik Hydra, and my buddy here, Enter Elysium.
Yo!
Nice to see you again, bud. So, we're here again with match number 3. We have Chaos against the Greenskins. Now, what do you make of this, Elysium?
Chaos's lineup of just going for crazy large ships was great against the McCrags Honors. It just deleted them. But I think there's too many orcs for them. I don't think they can get through the orcs in time.
It is. With their reload time of like 10 years, it's going to take quite a while to munch through however many ships this orc fleet consists of. I mean, you can see along the right taskbar here, you actually need to mouse wheel up and down to access your entire fleet. So a very notable difference from the Astartes. I'm curious to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, they'll be able to delete a ship every 12 seconds or so, but how many do the orcs have? They've got like 9 battleships, and of course they've got the Space Hulk.
Indeed. And I guess one thing to consider with this as well is the good old Space Slug might hang back a little bit so it doesn't die too early. So I wonder if maybe Chaos could snipe that off, cascade the morale loss, force mutinies all over the show. I don't know if that's feasible. I don't know how long it takes to take it down. But there's a lot of other ships that's a big risk.
Yep. I don't know if they'll be able to just get something in the way and just use it as a shield, but even if they can shoot that Space Hulk, it's going to take them probably a minute of focused fight. It's just got so much HP.
Definitely, and the ability to recharge shields as well, having that shield immunity before shots land on one ship. So if the Chaos are really focusing fire and not spacing their shots, well, a few of those shots will go into nothingness. So that's going to be potentially a waste. I'm curious to see what happens. Going to have some fighters torpedoes as well, and as we saw in the last match, these flying fortresses are not the most mobile of ships and pretty prone with their ginormous surface area to torpedo fire. So I wonder if the Orc will be able to do a little bit of damage there.
Yeah, I'm anticipating they're just going to get surrounded, rammed, boarded, and they just won't be able to get enough fire out. But
do you think we're going to get a lot of ramming this game?
I really hope we do. I mean, they're orcs at the end of the day.
What I would love to see is a good old tractor cannon ram. You know, pull them to you while you charge them, maximum velocity. What you need in this game is more thrust. And once you get that, you've just secured victory.
Yep. I mean, honestly, one of the best fleets against this lineup of Chaos would just be to go max ramming ships as possible. As many brute ram ships.
I would think so. Rams and torpedoes. Like, I'm fairly sure that these guys have a few fighters up their sleeve, but I'm almost certain if you spam enough torpedoes at these guys, they're not going to take them down. And as we saw last time, it only takes like 6 to 8 torpedoes to do a decent chunk of their health. But hey, we have started the match, and the slow slog of moving toward the enemy has begun. No longer the shroud hull on these ships. The old Blood Axe passive has been ditched in place of red paint to make them go faster.
I mean, that's basically what they need here. They just need to get in close, and provided they can get in close quickly enough, there's not much Chaos can do.
Indeed. And there is, look at that sea of red on the minimap right now, headed towards a little fortified position for Chaos right now. Oh, this is, I can visualize the fight in my head already, and it's glorious already. I can tell it. I can taste it.
I'm surprised. I'm a little bit surprised by Solaire's positioning. If I was Solaire, I might have chosen to go towards the edge on the hope of not being surrounded.
Ah, very cunning, in fact. Yeah, an interesting one. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe by going to the middle, it allows a retreat to either flank for kiting, keeping your options open. Maybe
true, but with their speed, do you think they can actually retreat?
Most likely not, especially when those orcs have their big red button on a fairly low cooldown as well. Like they can actually shift. See the first escort here about to go down, doing a cheeky little bit of scouting, just revealing the ships. That's going to allow the long-range artillery of the Chaos player to start basically bombarding these ships and taking them down.
The Vengeful Spirit is actually caring about trying to get one of the points.
I like it. It's going to take about all of 2 seconds to capture that as well, with that colossal mass of a ship. Now, here's a question for you, E. Is this orc ship going to win the day? Is this giant behemoth going to seize the victory like it did with the Necron game?
I really hope it does. But I have no idea whether they'll be able to get that in time with the Dreadnoughts, because if the Dreadnoughts get in too quick, they're just going to start hit by those warp cannons. If it gets in a bit too slowly, then it'll get picked down by itself. But... oh, here we go. Lovely pink beams coming out.
Oh yes, oh yes, and it looks like we're taking down a few escorts to begin with, just taking some free kills. I believe that's an escort by comparison. It looks like one anyway. Nice to see, nice to see.
It always feels a little bit like a waste when you're using an 800 damage weapon on an escort.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. I guess though, destroying ships, morale damage, nearby ships, morale loss.
True.
Maybe you can make the justification there. Yeah, every little helps. And if it's the only ship you've got to shoot at, well, oh, look at that. We finally got a death by ram. What a glorious, glorious thing that was. Little micro battle going on there. Far fairer engagement for the escort ships. You can see that morale chunking down on the rocks right now. It doesn't take a lot of damage for them to fly down.
Nope. Especially not when you've got warp cannons being fired at you.
Yes, and they are looking pretty painful, but the Orcs are doing a fairly good job of just soaking damage, really. And as we saw last time against in the first game rather, against the Necrons, is you only have to get a few of them in close for a huge amount of damage to come off.
Oh.
So we see the Disruption Bomb and a Stasis coming out here. That is going to be painful, and the Chaos Kiting has started.
This play could maybe do it for Chaos if they can get this down correctly.
That's a lot of Nova Cannons too. So what would you be thinking right now as the Chaos player? What would be going through your mind?
Just stay away. Absolutely, just do not get close. Stay away and just hold them at bay. And honestly, I'm impressed. I didn't think they'd manage it, but that is a really good opening. That Disruption Bomb plus that Stasis Field.
Beautiful, beautiful. You take down an Orc's shield and blast them with those weapons, and man, you can do a lot of damage. And as we saw, quite a few of the Orc ships have had to execute their crew already, so they're down to yellow, which means they've suffered a critical hit. If they keep on executing like that, they will have numerous critical hits, systems down. It's going to be pretty tough for them to continue chugging. But we do have quite a few of them being whittled down right now, and the Chaos ships are starting to take a little bit of damage.
Yeah, also that boarding coming out there, they're just trying desperately to pick on one of those Blackstones and just try and get down.
Part of me wonders here that perhaps
Whoa, that exploded and pinged off the map.
That was glorious, absolutely glorious. Part of me feels like one of these Chaos ships could probably be sacrificed for the greater good.
Yeah, just ramming it back into them and slowing them down. It's so wide you could use it as a blocker.
It is just a ginormous plug, but see the Chaos running away, all staying grouped, and I have to say it's probably the best decision right now. Stay close, maximise your damage, focus it down, and keep killing Orcs.
Yep.
But they're heading towards the corner, and we have a ginormous Orc ship that's currently chasing them down.
I think they might get through most of these Dreadnoughts because they're going to need to just execute all the crew over and over and over again. That stasis field usage is really slowing the Orcs down.
Definitely is, definitely is. That's one of the issues with an Orc when you're trying to chase, is a stasis bomb can really, really mess you up. It lasts for quite a long time, and it can buy an enemy a very good amount of retreat. It can get you a lot of ground, even with a fairly slow ship.
It saved that Blackstone. Its shields come back up. Without that, it would have gone already.
Definitely, definitely. And with 2 healthy Blackstone and a flagship right now, I think things are looking pretty tough on this Orc.
Yeah. And the morale is so low, they're going to need to execute again in a minute. I honestly did not think it would go quite this way for Chaos, but they're really holding it together.
Indeed. Just enough time to pick off plenty of ships. We do have the rally coming in here, so we finally got enough to do some damage. And the flagship from the Orc is here. Those torpedoes, maybe they'll save the day. We'll have to see. I'm slightly doubtful, and I think this is looking like a nice little neat wrap-up for Chaos. But still, we've seen the Orcs swing it, well, to some degree before. Once it gets in close, I'm pretty sure this ship is going to do some real damage.
Yep, but will it be able to do, 2,400 warp points of damage?
Almost certainly not.
Yeah, I don't think it has any chance now by itself. I'm hoping if you just pick off one of them, but that full shield just came back up.
And it's stuck in a stasis bomb, which is going to hurt.
And half its health just got deleted.
Yep.
Oh,
That is tough. These Chaos ships hit like an absolute sledgehammer. So I think right now we can say goodbye, good night to Chaos.
Yeah.
Not Chaos. No, not Chaos at all. Orcs.
Orcs, yep. Although, honestly, it might be a bit overselling it, giving the victory to Chaos when all they've done is appropriate Eldar technology.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Really, really, Elder deserve a little bit of the credit here.
Yep. Although, that said, I like the Orcs are just like, okay, maybe at least I'll look at the control points, maybe I'll have that.
There has been some strategy employed by the Orcs. I mean, those 5 points ticking in, it's not going to catch you up the 2,000 points behind that you are, but still, it makes you look tactical.
Yep.
25% of strategic points.
And the question is, will this go on for another 10 minutes? No, we're going for an escort ram. I think we can see that coming right now.
Yeah. That said, I guess if you really, really wanted to play it, so the GG's come out already.
GG's are out. I think it's in the bag. Well,
yeah.
It was in the bag a long time ago, but the towel has been thrown. The final rams are coming in to finish, just for good sportsmanship to see a few extra explosions. So, in summary, I think big guns are probably a good thing to bring to a battle. I think that's probably the lesson of this tournament.
I did not expect quite the decisive victory for Chaos. I think one of the results of this we might see in the next patch. A little bit of a points increase on that Blackstone.
Definitely, definitely. Part of me wondering as well about the shift from the sneaky but slightly less brutal Orcs, or cunning but slightly less brutal, to the more brutal and less cunning. I do wonder if that shroud hull would have allowed a little bit of a better gap close, obviously provided you could take out the escorts and prevent them from revealing you. I do wonder if that may have been a potential tool.
What's the identification range on the Blackstones is 13.5k? The shroud would have probably come in useful. Those warp cannons have a range of 22k. You could have shortened their DPS by about a third.
It's quite possible, quite possible. But one last Orc coming in here. Now, did we even take down a fortress? I think they're all still alive. Indeed. Solaire.
Look, that wreck there just... Oh, Orcs getting lucky with that.
That's a lot of damage.
That is a very Orc tactic, though. Just throw enough at them that our bodies will soak up the firepower.
Sadly, not quite enough this round. More were needed.
Yeah. So what you're saying is next time, as many brute ram ships as possible.
I'm actually thinking that, because they can only fire at so many. So yeah. I would imagine you get to a certain point. I have played against this fleet myself some time ago, and I believe it was of a different balance situation then, and I think I had the same issue of just getting shot to pieces. I have a vague recollection of torpedoes killing one and it being glorious, but that's probably my selective memory, and I'm almost certain that I lost.
Well, that doesn't mean Solaire was going to win, though. Pretty hands down.
Yeah, absolutely. Well played to the players, and it's been enjoyable to cast. Guys and girls, you've been listening again to Elysium and Essie Hydra. Hope you've enjoyed the tourney, and see you around.
Stay shiny.